Howdy, my name is Joshua Dane Sagne. I'm in Dr. Jin's A-Lead 340 class, Summer Session 2, and this is my A-Lead on the Street presentation. So first I'd like to discuss human nature. It is human nature to think you are right. That is your opinion. That is why it's called an opinion and not a fact, and I have found that I was very guilty of this during this assignment. Despite all of the leadership classes I've taken and all of the theories I've learned from other people and their views on leadership, I failed to think about that. I failed to think, oh, other people have views on leadership. I didn't think mine was the only right thing. I just never thought about other people's views on leadership, like my friends and my coworkers and my sister. I really don't care about their views on leadership enough to ask them about it. And this assignment allowed for the broadening of that scope, that view of leadership. So I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to that. Now, something that was very fascinating about this, I interviewed 6 coworkers. A lot of them were real estate agents or licensed, and the other ones are involved in property management. So they're on 2 different sides of the spectrum in a way. Some are employees, and the other ones are contractors, like myself. 5 of them had somewhat of the same answer. They viewed leaders, let's see, Kay, Kirby, Rachel, Irene, and Sarah. That's, 5. They all viewed leadership or being a leader as being knowledgeable about something and being a nurturer, teaching your subordinates, kind of scooting them along on the process. I got Albert Einstein as one leader. I got somebody's dad as another leader because they taught them everything they know. Great examples of leadership. I got transformational leadership, like the transformational approach out of this. I got situational leadership approach out of this. There's a bunch of different ones. My particular view, I used Curtis Davis, my broker, as an example, and how he avoids shadows of leadership, particularly the shadow of power. And that's actually discussed in A-Lead 424. Now, another really cool thing was, so those 5 people had somewhat the same view of leadership. Well, Mike, he's another agent in the office. Mike and I are the 2 top producers in the office. We are the most ambitious, besides Curtis, he's our broker though. We are the most ambitious, successful, hungry agents in that office. And it's funny because both of us had the same view on leadership. We both viewed a leader as somebody who was knowledgeable or mastered a particular skill, trait. They just showed mastery in whatever subject is described, produced intangible or tangible positive results, and because they produced those results, in return, they're gaining followers and people who look up to them. Just like Scott Ball, the investment commercial developer that I wrote about for my leadership observation paper. Now, I found that to be the most intriguing thing because his leader was Steve Tanger, real estate mogul and investor. He owns Tanger Outlets outside of San Antonio. That's a great example of something that he owns. He also gives back to the community, though. He does charitable donations, things of such. So in the leadership observation paper, I actually explained that I believe assets come first and people come second in a business environment. So does Mike. Assets come first, people come second. Outside of business, with dealing in relationships and things like that, it may be different. You may put people first and whatever else second. Each scenario calls for a different thing, obviously. So, in conclusion, I found it fascinating that everybody had a different view on leadership, but those 5 people all had the same view in a way, more or less. I mean, they're all different, but in summary, in generalization, they were the same. And then Mike and I, who have different mindsets and work ethic, ours were the same. So I really appreciate this opportunity. It's been a great summer session too. I hope you have a great summer, if you even have one after this, Dr. Jen. Other than that, thanks, gig 'em. Woo!